Welcome to another edition of the Stottle Winery Virtual Tastings. My name is Josh Stottlemyer. I'm the owner and winemaker here.
I'm Amy Stottlemyer.
And today we're going to be tasting, this is really exciting actually, tasting our brand new 2015 Cabernet Sauvignon from Destiny Ridge Vineyard in Horseheaven Hills.
When we say brand new, the three wines that we've been introducing, the Big Eddie, the Syrah, and this new Cab, we just released them like 2 weeks ago. So,
Sure. Well,
so they're really recent.
And actually, I mean, the other reason this is really exciting is because this is our first Cabernet Sauvignon from Destiny Ridge Vineyard.
Which is in Horseheaven Hills.
Yep. Yeah, so we've been sourcing most of our red fruit from Horseheaven Hills for many and many years, almost exclusively from the Six Prong Vineyard, which is a fantastic vineyard. A couple of years back, we've been trying to source fruit from Cabernet Sauvignon from Horseheaven Hills for quite a while. We actually had some when we first started, but we lost that contract.
Because we skipped a year.
Yeah, when you skip a year, you tend to lose things. So we had an opportunity to get this Destiny Ridge fruit back in Horseheaven Hills, and I've got to tell you, it's absolutely fantastic.
We're super happy to get this.
So start out here.
Color. We just want to jump right in because it's so tasty. But color-wise, it is really dark.
Yeah, so this is
deep purple, ruby.
Dark ruby, nearly opaque. I mean, it's almost black in color. It's so dark, which shows that, really heavy cab. This is going to be heavier than probably any of our previous cabs.
Definitely.
And a fairly significant amount heavier. This is a more New World style Cabernet Sauvignon. And full mouth feel. Right.
Some people in the past didn't like our Cabernet because it was lighter in style. This is definitely a bigger, heavier cab than we have made before.
So we were doing more of an old world style cab that had more nuance to it and not quite as in your face bold. This still has all that complexity that we're known for, but in a bolder style. It's just really nice.
It's really tasty.
So what are you smelling there, Amy?
So honestly, I'm getting a lot of red currant.
So this is a little tight.
Yeah, it is really tight. I feel like when I've had it before, granted we've only been released it for like 2 weeks, it must have been open a little longer. And I feel like I'm not getting as much. I'm still getting like some blackberry.
Sure.
But I almost feel like we should pause and edit this, but we don't know how to do that because if you haven't been able to tell, these are very amateur hour videos, but we're trying here at Stottle Winery.
So we have obviously tasted this before, smelled it before. When I first broke this out to write the tasting notes for our website and our menu here, I let it sit for quite some time before I wrote the tasting notes to really let it open up. So after about half hour, this starts to open up a lot more. Just pop that bottle open for a bit before you pour your first glass, or pour the first glass and give it a really good swirl for a while, let it sit for a little while, and those aromas will start coming out.
I'm definitely getting a lot of graphite right now, which is kind of unusual, like mineral notes. But again, it's that it needs to open up.
So as we're sitting here swirling, starting to pick up a little bit of blackberry, red currant, a little bit of spice is starting to come out.
Don't be mad, but I already took a sip. See, I struggle with this, people, just like you, when you're like, oh shoot, I just took a sip, and I'm just supposed to be doing it on the nose.
Getting a little bit of hint of a little bit of really slight milk chocolate.
Get some blueberry.
Yeah, some blueberry there, some...
I mean, there's a spice that I can't quite pin down, some spice notes. Maybe some crushed flour.
Maybe a little bit of cardamom.
Cardamom?
But real slight.
Okay, can we go on to tasting now?
Sure.
Okay. hope my moan wasn't audible. There's something just that, and again, Josh is really, I mean, I am married to him, so I could say this, I think he's a really great winemaker, but there's something about how this dances around in your mouth, where for a young wine in 2015 would have all these tannins. The tannins here are not oppressive, but they just kind of dance, and there's a fair amount of acid on this wine still.
Yeah, so you get, so the tannins are what coats your mouth,
Right.
kind of makes it grippy, but in this case, these tannins are really well developed. They're very smooth coating on your mouth rather than like a grippy sandpapery coating. There's a really nice smooth coating. And then, so you get that dryness from the tannins, but it's a really smooth, silky tannins, and then it contrasts with the acid that makes your mouth water a little bit.
And so you can feel it kind of, and it's just really perfectly balanced.
Yeah, and it's really nice. The juicy flavors that, full juicy. I mean, it's a combination of flavors that you don't often get, but it's so pleasing.
So sometimes they say it's like a bubblegum flavor, but that almost makes it sound like it's a rosé or something. But it has that juiciness, like you just popped a big piece of bubblicious bubblegum, and it's kind of like going around.
Well, with the juiciness, not with the flavor. This doesn't taste anything.
No, it doesn't taste like bubblegum.
It doesn't taste anything
It's
like
it's the mouthfeel.
So what are the specific things you're pulling out there?
Well, I just need to keep drinking it to get more. I'm definitely getting a lot of, again, that black currant, elderberry, whatever you want to call it, flavor. It still has cedar, slight, maybe sage, like a slight sage note.
So sage is really common flavor in Washington wines.
Right.
Most of the vineyards, not all of them, well, all of the vineyards at one point in time, but most of the vineyards were sagebrush before they were vineyards.
Yeah.
And that comes through in the fruit for a long, long time. So you get a little bit of that, some nice blackberry. This leans a little bit more towards cooked fruit, but it only leans that way. It's not overwhelming. And it's just a mix of a lot of dark fruits. But it's also got that juiciness that you get from nicely ripe, possibly, this leans really ripe fruit, really nice, along with those, wonderful tannins.
And it's drinking really well. I mean, a lot of times we'll say, this could be aged, and it could be aged. But sometimes when wine is drinking well now, why wait?
Yeah. So wine is on a spectrum, of course, and everybody likes it different ways. Some people like their wines younger. They like the rougher tannins. Some people like the super smooth wine that just kind of flows like a river. This is kind of in that, what I feel is like middle sweet spot where the tannins are no longer rough, and the flavors are still all there, and the peaks and valleys are exaggerated enough that you can really pick out everything. It hasn't gone overly smooth, and this wine will continue to develop nicely for probably about 12 years from the date on the label. So we're talking 2027 or so before this really hits its absolute peak as far as smooth drinkability. But it is so nice right now.
But again, this is a new vineyard for us, so it's kind of exciting for us to see how this ages too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and again, food pairing wise, it's gonna go with that big steak. But this wine is so good now. I mean, I just like to sit with a glass and watch a movie at night. So I mean, it's just fun. Obviously, we're really liking it. If you want to try this wine, our brand new cab, visit us online at www.stottlewinery.com.
So you can order online there. For shipping, we're offering free delivery on orders of $80 or more right now. You can also select pickup. We're offering great discounts if you come to the store and pick up as well. You can pick up here in Lacey or at our tasting room out in Hoodsport, or just come by and say hi. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.